Alright, just a little mic check. Here we go. Alright, let's get ourselves underway right here. We got the WalktallRacing Bathurst 125 race right here. Race is going to be officially starting very soon. As we got some of our drivers, we've got Bazooka 84, AMS Rancher. We do have Win One Speed, Drew 84, Donkey Mule 666, Walktall Racer, ANC Racer, H2O Pro Sports, Fountain Maker, and also Brienne 354. As we're going to be getting ourselves underway for this sprint race. I'll just let everybody know that we will be starting soon. Just going to double check, make sure everything's great. Ready to rock and roll. 5 laps it's going to be. And I think everybody's loaded up. Alright, I can't keep on waiting for the war ghosts. I'm going to get this race underway. It's going to be a 7-minute qualifying session right here. We might be able to see some lap times in the 2 minutes, 2 minute 1 seconds. Qualifying will be soon to be getting underway as AMS Wrench is making his way out. Bazooka 84, he's already made his way onto the track. He's so far at the first one on the track, followed by Drew. Sprint race is going to be pretty interesting though for the first 5 laps. Obviously, it's going to be racing at night time. Too caught up on each other. I think everybody needs to give themselves a little bit of space when it comes to qualifying. Because I mean, your out lap's not as important as your hot lap. Drew's already picked up a penalty, so I'm pretty sure he's got to try to get rid of that penalty before he gets himself ready for a hot lap. But he has Rancher right there alongside him. But he doesn't want to be too far off to where he gets caught up in the other traffic behind him. Brienne 354. She's also making her way on that far back straightaway. Very tricky section. Especially in this 4-wheel drive car, this right-hand turn, if you don't catch it right, coming into this next left, it's very tricky. So most people know the way how this Panamera, aka Bathurst track is. H2O Pro Sports, he's got a half-second penalty just before he gets us on his way on his hot lap. So he's going to actually ruin his first hot lap. He's going to actually have this lap, and he's going to have a bad lap for his first lap. Yep. Fountain Maker's getting himself ready. Walktall Racer, ANC Racer, Win One Speed. Donkey Mule's just chilling. He's just sitting in the pits. I'm pretty sure he's not worrying about where he starts. Let's get ourselves on board right now. As Bazooka 84 is making his way up the hill. Tipping the wall just a little bit, might scrub a little bit of speed off. Looking very smooth, very steady. AMS Wrencher. Looking pretty close and similar lap time wise. Through the sections, I can't really say lap time wise as he hasn't thrown down the hot lap yet. Drew 84 is looking very comfortable as well. There's Brienne 354. She's starting to make her way down the far back straightaway. She's got Drew 84 in her sights. Maybe she can be able to catch him up enough to be able to get some draft to help. Looks like she's a little bit too far away, so it's not really going to make too much of a difference. This Bazooka 84 makes his way around the last corner. With a 201.105. AMS Wrencher with a 2.981. Drew with a 203. Bree with a 2.5. See what H2O is actually not going to be able to get a lap in because his the previous lap with his penalty. So that would allow Fountain Maker, Walktall Racer. Looks like Fountain Maker's actually messed up his second hot lap. Win One Speed was able to throw down a 2:13. ANC Racing a 2:13. Sorry, Win One Speed with a 2:03 and ANC Racer with a 2:13.3. With the qualifying, though, the difference between first and second place 0.124 of a second. I mean, that is absolutely unbelievable on such a track like this. You definitely gotta get those braking sections down. Just breathe, just be comfortable, just have faith in yourself. Pretty much you'll be able to throw down a faster lap time. Talking about that, AMS Wrencher was purple in the first two sections. And Bazooka's actually 0.220 up on the very in the second last section. So this is going to be pretty interesting when it comes down. So both drivers are sitting on a purple lap right now when it comes to the third lap for this qualifying session. As Bazooka was able to throw down a 2.551. Wrench fell a little bit off pace here with a 0.451 extra. But it still got him on front row. Still on, he gets a chance to get another hot lap in because he's got enough time to be able to throw another one in. As the time is starting to run off for those other drivers that's making their way down the far back straightaway. They're not going to be able to get another hot lap in. Let's take a little look on board as Bazooka. Is actually 0.657 off in that section, and Wrench is 0.307 off his end. So if he can get the last sections a little bit smoother, he might be able to put himself, if he gets the last sections dead on, he should be able to, as he just barely nipped that wall. Whoa. What an unbelievably very close call that was right there. But it boils down to these last 2-3 corners for him, as he's still 0.3 off his own personal best. But you never know the way how these last sections are. If he gets it dead on, he should be able to really be able to eat up that time and some. As the qualifying time is over. AMS Wrencher's going to have to settle for second. 0.43 off first place. Bazooka 84 taking the qualifying. Win 1 speed as he's still making his way around for his last couple corners. As H2O, he was able to finally throw in a lap as 2 minutes 5 seconds. WalktallRacing as well, he also threw in his fastest lap time on 2:03.606. That will put Wind Speed in third, Walktall in fourth. And we gotta start getting ourselves ready for these last couple sections. Counting down the last 15 minutes, 15 seconds and counting. And we should be getting ourselves on the way for a 5 lap race right here at Bathurst. It's Bathurst 125. Once again, Bazooka 84, AMS Wrencher, Win 1 Speed, WalktallRacing, Drew 84, H2O Pro Sports, Brian 354, this first corner is going to be very, very vital. As Fountain Maker's already bended in the sand. Both AMS Wrencher and Bazooka 84, both very fast drivers. So they might need to work together to get away from the rest of the field, as the rest of the field are charging right not too far behind. As WalktallRacing has already plowed his way up into second place. Bazooka 84 shoots up back up on the inside. WalktallRacing is not gonna let that position go way too easy, as we're almost 3 wide as we start making our way up over the hill. But the more second place, third place, fourth place are battling, all that's allowing is AMS Wrencher to get more of a comfortable lead, as he's already got close to almost 3 seconds over second place of Win 1 Speed, who's representing ORG, as he makes his way down the back straightaway with Bazooka 84, Drew 84, ANC Racing, WalktallRacing, H2O Pro Sports, and Brienne. We also have Donkey Mule and Fountain Maker bringing up the rear. Let's make our way back up to the front as AMS Wrencher starts making his way on the third to second last corner. He's got a very, very comfortable lead, 3.5 seconds and count. It's Win 1 Speed and Bazooka 84. Bazooka 84, he's actually pushed himself right out onto the grass. Definitely not going the way how you would expect it to be. For the first race, it's going to be a little difficult when it comes to the main race, the 20 lap race, because that's going to cause him to start a little further in the back of the pack. But the main race is going to be still a false check start. Not the way how I usually do my races with the rolling start, so it'll allow him to still be a little bit closer. being back in 8th place is not where he really wants to be. Now going on to 9th place. But, AMS Rencher, very comfortable lead, 4.7 seconds over win 1 speed. Drew 84 sitting in 3rd place. He's actually in the podium spot right now, 8.1 seconds off the leader. H2O Pro Sports in 4th place. WalktallRacing with a penalty, and he knows full well he's the man that set the rules, so can't overtake H2O. He has to serve his penalty. But Brienne, ANC Racing, Bazooka 84, they can overtake WalktallRacing. That 0.8 of a second penalty is really going to cost him a lot of positions. So he needs to eat it up and get rid of it now. Bazooka 84 has made his way back up to 7th place. This ANC Racing is going to try and shoot up on the inside onto this very fast right-hand corner. Hopefully that doesn't cause him to go off the track, as Bazooka 84 was actually able to use his braking and the other one managed his way around that ANC driver. As he's got WalktallRacing in his eyesights. WalktallRacing, as you can see right now, he's about 17.5 seconds off of AMS Rencher. H2O Pro Sports 14 seconds. Drew's about 10 seconds. And win 1 speed 8 seconds and counting. AMS Rencher's got a very comfortable lead. As he's making this GR4 Atenza, which is a very understeery car, very difficult car to get it to rotate. Certain tracks it's real good. Here it's a battle trying to find the right setup, right tune. And he's definitely doing what he's got to do with the type of car it is for this type of track. So kudos to AMS Rencher, as that gap he's starting to make a lot broader onto 2nd place. As that's win 1 speed. As you can see, Drew 84 is actually starting to gain a little bit of ground onto win 1 speed. As you can see from win 1 speed's view, you can see that sure as can be, Drew 84 is like pretty much right in his back window. He might actually get in his draft. As this is a 1.7 second difference. If Drew could nail these corners a little bit more smooth and get these braking points right, he might be able to get himself right up in win 1 speed's draft. As you can see, the time is starting to drop, so Drew's definitely working on his braking points, getting himself rotating real good on these corners. This corner 1 is very, very important. Gotta make sure you really nail this. Get it in the right gear. Get on the gas as early as you can. Let the car do what it's got to do. And as you can see, the time is definitely dropping from the 1.75. It's taking about a 10th off and dropping 1.5 seconds, 0.1 of a second off that time. Tire wear definitely starts playing a serious part as well. And the gap between Drew 84 and win 1 speed is actually getting closer. It's dropped down. It's going up, now it's going back up. So it's, as hard as Drew's fighting for it, he's losing a little bit of it here and there too. Just drive a steady race, he might be able to drop that gap in between them. But AMS Rencher, 2.2 seconds, 2 minutes and 1.5 seconds. So he's got a very comfortable enough lead right now. He doesn't have to overdrive. He's got 2 more corners after this, and he'll be down onto his final lap. And his lead is more than comfortably enough. All he has to do is just drive consistent, use those braking zones properly, and that should allow him to get this race up and overway and in the bag. But if we look back in the pack a little bit more, we have ANC Racing sitting in the back in 9th. We got WalktallRacing 8th, Fountain Racing 7th. Bazooka 84 has actually made his way up to 6th place, and he actually has the sights of 5th place and 4th place right in front of him. Of the 5th place, H2O Pro Sports. Brienne 354, she's sitting in 4th place. She's definitely trying her hardest, as H2O Pro Sports is close enough to be in the draft. As you can see, he's trying his best to reel in that real estate as much as possible. Onto the first section, as Brienne, she's actually put her personal best on in that section. Bazooka 84, I know he's pretty much got the fastest lap times out of these drivers. He's just got to find the right spots to really overtake and get a good clean pass, or it doesn't cause him to get out of the race line and stuff like that. Bazooka 84, he looked like he's having a little bit of an issue trying to get around H2O Pro Sports, and I know this track personally, it's a very difficult track, so hopefully he could be able to use after this last corner of the section, coming down the hill on the tight left. If he lines it up right, he should be able to actually use the draft of H2O Pro Sports to actually pull him down this far back straightaway into the last sections. Just trying to shoot up on the inside. H2O is not really going to let him have it. As AMS Wrench has already took first place. Win One Speed's coming around. He's going to take the 2nd place, representing ORG. Well done. You got, and Drew 84 from ORG as well. Well done. Well done, Drew. Taking 3rd place. And looks like Bazooka 84 was able to make his way up into 4th place. And Brienne 354 was able to take 5th place. WalktallRacing for 6th. And so forth, so forth, so forth. First place, AMS Wrencher. 2nd place, Win One Speed. And Drew 84 taking 3rd place in the sprint race. As I'm just taking a screenshot, I'm going to be all the adjustments right now. Adjust the tires. Alright, I'm pretty sure you guys can obviously hear me, so it's going to be about 7-8 minutes till official start there, you guys. And it looks like Leon has just made his way in the room. Gotta make one more adjustment. Create based on previous results. That's going to be a very important thing. Richard, if you can hear me, just go over the race settings. Just make sure everything's just the way you want. And if there's anything you see I need to adjust, just let me know, brother. But this is where the race is going to start getting very interesting, because that was the sprint race with the super soft compound tires at night. Now this is going to be the actual daytime race. People can see a lot more, but there's going to be a difference. Tires. You're not going to have the same amount of grip with the soft or the super soft tires, which this race right here is going to be soft and medium compound tires. You want to try to use these soft compounds as long as possible. You have to try a strategy of separating yourself. Grip edge, you want grip edge on low, not on real. Alright, let me go check that now. Yeah, it's on real. I've always had it on real. I didn't know that you want it on low. I think it's best to keep it on real because I believe everybody's been tuning on real, Rich. That's gonna fuck everybody's tuning right up, yeah. Unfortunately. But I'm doing this for you, so just let me know, just keep it on real or not. Nighttime race is kind of always difficult here. You got the winning looking car too. There you go. Alright, 2 minutes till official start. Just let Donkey Mule know. Maybe I don't start without him. Alright, I don't know how much longer I could wait for a Donkey Mule. Alright, unfortunately I'm gonna have to start without him. Not that I want to, but unfortunately he's taking too long to get on track. Not the way I like to do things, but you have to. Richard, Jesus Christ, boy, I'm gonna start it without you, dude. Yeah, don't back out. Please do not back out. Alright, you guys, get ready. Here it comes. But, yeah, for the second race right here, it's going to be a 20-lap race. It's going to be pretty interesting. You see some guys are actually starting on medium compound tires. It's usually, guys, it's usually in mid-pack. That's usually how most people do it in FIA racing. Yeah, we got AMS wrench up front, Drew 84, Bazooka 84, Brienne 354, ANC Racing, WalktallRacing, Astro Pro Sports, Pump Maker, and I believe in the back there we've got Leon representing ORG. He's also came in. Donkey Mule, he made his way on track in time. AMS Wrench has already got himself up in the first corner. We're just going to have to feel the car out just a little bit, switching from them super soft compound tires. Vice versa for everybody else. So, Bazooka 84 is pretty much hot on his trail, as he's got a lot more space and room between him and the other drivers versus from the first heat race. Both these two drivers are pretty much on pace, on par when it comes to the lap time. So if they somewhat work together, because it is a twin lap race, don't really challenge each other too much. That should allow them to kind of pull away some gap between themselves and the rest of the drivers, so they don't make no mistakes. And then when it gets closer down to the last 5 laps, if they're still hot on each other's trail, they could start to pull away from each other or try to catch the other one to gain some real estate to get away. Drew 84 sitting in 3rd place, WalktallRacing, as he's got the Bathurst 2021 winning livery on his Mazda Tenza. It was a very interesting race. Brienne 354. She's got her nerves livery. Leon 24 representing ORG as a late entry, but he's made his way out onto the track. H2O Pro Sports sitting in 7th place overall. Fountain Maker sitting in 8th place. ANC Racing 9th. Donkey Mule just flexing, chilling in the back, enjoying having a good race of his own. Battle between 1st and 2nd place is actually still pretty close. It's, within 0.5 of a second, 0.4. So Bazooka 84 is definitely within drafting or AMS Wrench is doing is pulling Bazooka alongside with him. As both of these drivers are making these Mazda Tenzas look a lot more nimble than what they should be for this particular track. Bazooka 84 still sitting there right behind him, not really challenging them too much. But we also got to remember this is also between tire strategy and fuel strategy as well. So 20 laps. How many laps these guys are going to do on these soft compound tires? We have no clue. As long as they have enough gap between themselves and the other drivers, they don't want to be in a position to where they decide to pit and then they get caught up in the other traffic. So hopefully they've done some pit time strategy themselves. Drew 84 is still sitting in 3rd place. Fell a little bit off pace to 2nd place. But he's still got a very comfortable lead to 4th place. Brienne 354. And she's sitting in 4th place. There's about close to a 5-second gap between 4th and 3rd place. His her tires look a little bit more worn in the front, vice versa with Drew. Bazooka 84's tire wear is not too bad. AMS Wrench's rear tires actually have a little bit more wear than Bazooka 84. That all boils down to setup, and hopefully that doesn't affect too much, as this is a fairly decent long race. As the tire wear, as you can see, is starting to kick in already, and we're just 3 laps in. The fuel wear between AMS Wrench and Bazooka 84 is somewhat close. As AMS Wrench, he's actually burnt just a little bit more fuel, but I believe that that's just because of the simple fact that he's pulling Bazooka 84 along. That would allow him to not use as much fuel. As we've been able to throw down a 2:18.23 second lap with racing soft compound tires. As if any of you guys ever watched this and tried to use this particular car with fuel wear and tire wear to get those type of lap times with this particular car, it's pretty much cracking and on point. So as this race goes on, we might actually see some low 201s, but it really depends, because they're going to be going from the soft to the medium compound tires, and the medium compound tires are about a second off the soft compound tires. So really is when these guys decide to switch over. Like I said, depending on how much gap they have and how much time you spend in the pits, the last thing they want to do is be actually pitting. And then when they kind of get come out, they'll be coming out onto the drivers that might be in front of them, but they're going to be on old tires. So it's true racers, they understand exactly what I mean. It's nothing worse than being on the fresh set, knowing you've already made your tire change, but the people that's actually still in front of you in the race, they have yet to make their compound change. So you don't want to put yourself in one of those type of positions. Battle between first and second place, still tight, 0.2 of a second, and dropping, as Bazooka might actually go for it. He's not going to send it, so he's going to still sit back, stay comfortable, just remind Wrencher that he's hot on his tail. So we're 5 laps in so far, 4 laps going on 5. Both drivers are pretty much pushing on the edge, scraping a little bit of wall, but that's from both drivers, so they're both doing it to each other. One's trying to get away, one's trying to chase. Little cat and mouse. So looks like Brienne's got herself up in the 3rd place. I'm not too sure what happened to Drew 84. He's put himself down into 6th place. This WalktallRacer sitting in 7th place with his Mobile 1 livery there. Donkey Mule, H2O Pro Sports, ANC Racing, bringing up the back 3. There's Leon 24 sitting in 4th place. He actually has Brienne 354. Pretty much in his eyesight. Back up to the front, as Bazooka's actually put down the fastest lap time of a 2:01.430. that that might be the fastest lap of the race because these tires are going to start wearing off. But it could be, it really depends because of the fuel wear as well, because these cars, as they do get lighter, they do accelerate up faster, they do turn around the corners faster. It's, the whole way how the car drives changes lap to lap, so you got to really pay attention and really feel the car out. If the car starts feeling lighter, you got to start braking differently, accelerating differently, and obviously as the tire wear is, you got to adjust to your tire wear as well. So from a tuning point of view, just the driving alone plays a big part as well where you are mentally. And, the gap between first and second place is still within half a second. As AMS wrenches, that section right there, he's actually 0.2 of a second faster than his fastest lap of a 201.8. That will give him a 201.6 of a Bazooka 84 if he nails the rest of it. We'll see where we are with this next section. Might even gain more time, as we will see. And he's actually purple, so he's actually nailed that last section. Like I said, that's all due to weight of the car, just being patient with it, finding your braking points and stuff like that. Basically just lining your car properly as he starts making his way onto the start finish line straightaway. See if he actually nails the, yes he did. 201.11. As he was able to take that fast lap away from Bazooka 84. And now he's actually starting to get, put a little gap away from Bazooka 84. But Bazooka's still somewhat in the draft, and Wrench is actually on another purple section. So he's actually starting to feel one with the car right now. He's starting to feel a little bit more comfortable. Bazooka 84 is still close enough to where he's still in the draft. Brienne 354. A little bit off her basic pace, but she's still pretty much right where she needs to be. But Leon is actually very close between Brienne and where Leon actually is, between third and fourth place, as Brienne's trying her best, as Leon might shoot up on the inside. Brienne was able to work her way back away from Leon. That was getting pretty close and sketchy, as Leon actually went himself onto the grass, so that should allow Brienne to claim more real estate away from him. Now he's got dirt on his tires, so he's going to find it very difficult to regain that ground, as Fountain Maker is actually right behind Leon in 5th place right now overall. As Drew 84, he's starting to make his way around that very awkward left on down the hill. Sitting in 6th place, WalktallRacing 7th, Ace Road Pro Sports still sitting in 8th, Duncan Community 9th, and ANC Racing as he's sitting in 10th place right now. But Bazooka 84, that lap actually took back. He actually took back the fastest lap from AMS Wrencher with 2 minute 0.974. But AMS Wrencher just got another purple section right there again. So this is going to start getting very interesting lap time wise. But even still focusing on the race and staying in your spot where you are, and leading the race and having them right on your tail the whole way through. very fast of both of these drivers, how they're coming through these sections. Is AMS Rencher just got 0.2 of a second faster than his personal best. So if he keeps on nailing these sections, he actually might be able to throw down, once again, a faster lap over Bazooka 84. We'll see. Fell a little bit off the pace there with that, but Bazooka 84 is still sitting there, just sitting in his breeze. The tire wear is pretty much even, but the fuel wear of AMS Rencher is actually a little bit more fuel wear on Rencher than it has for Bazooka 84. But looking at the way how this race is, if Rencher can get past 10 laps and still have half a tank, he should be good and to not have to worry about fuel. Bazooka 84 is actually starting to poke his nose, as there's not really much room between the two of these drivers. It's 0.1 of a second between first and second place as they start making their way up to corner 2. It's that long sweeping right hand corner up the hill into corner 3 to corner 4. What an absolutely beautiful race between these two drivers, between first and second place. I'm pretty sure the tunes are completely different setups, two completely different driving styles, but the lap times are pretty much almost identical. As AMS Rencher actually threw down his personal best as a 2-minute 1 second .019. I mean, the gap between first and second place for the fastest lap time is so minute. Sometimes that doesn't really matter too much. The more important thing is actually having that gap in between first and second place, as it has gotten a little bigger between the two of them, as it's going from 0.1, 0.2 from earlier to 0.6 now. But that still allows Bazooka 84 to still be in the tail breeze, so if he still drives steady and comfortable, that tail breeze should allow to pull him back in. As AMS Rencher is playing it very close and very deadly, as you're looking at that fuel wear. As Bazooka 84, as you can see, he has enough fuel at this rate, so he should be able, when he does decide to make his tire change, that you can definitely tell that he's definitely not going to need to add fuel. Hopefully that doesn't be a burner to AMS Rencher. That actually put a 0.157 second faster section. We might be actually in for another hot lap, as we're right now 10 laps in of a 20 lap race. Donkey Mule has chose to switch over his tires early, get that out of the way. This Rencher is 0.15 faster than his personal. These last couple of sections at 0.150 would allow him to actually take the fastest lap, but it really depends on these last couple sections and the tire wear and fuel wear, as I keep basically saying the way how that works. We will see, as I basically, from what I said, Rencher is actually down now from his personal best, but that doesn't matter. He's still leading the race. Got a very comfortable-ish lead, better than what it was before. But the pressure is definitely still there, as Bazooka 84 has enough to where he's still in the draft as they started lapping number 11. As Rancher's underneath half of a tank and Bazooka is just on half a tank. Tire wear, AMS Rancher's front tires that definitely are a little bit more burnt out than Bazooka. Not by much, maybe about half a millimeter. So it's very minute tire wear. They're pretty much close, but being that the tank on Ranch is a little lighter, that should allow him to keep on pulling. But then at the end of the day, you still have Bazooka 84 in the draft, so the way how the cards are playing, it's benefiting for some and not for others. The race is still tight. This is a very great race between these two. Bazooka 84 actually started to lose it a little bit. That would allow AMS Rancher, if he nails these couple sections, to actually gain a little bit more gap off of him. Lap times aren't really dwindling off yet too much with these racing soft compound tires. Usually you want to start seeing half seconds, 1 second. Bazooka 84, he was just about ready. Oh man, he poked his nose in, but he didn't go for it. He's going to shoot up on the inside. He's going to go for it. He's going to try and take it. But he gave Wrench the spot as he knows that he knocked him off. Respect for that. Definitely keep trying to keep it as clean and respectful as possible. AMS Wrench is still leading the way, but that gap has dropped between the two of them as Bazooka is pretty much nose and Wrench nose to tail. As the draft might start kicking in right now, as Bazooka might be able to shoot up on the inside. As he has quite a good enough run, I think AMS Rancher might have to allow him to take it. No, he was able to hold it. Very tight between these two as they start making their way up the corner 3 and corner 4. This braking section is going to start getting very interesting as these tires are starting to wear off for both of these drivers. And it's very tight. Very tight between these two drivers. So, Brienne, she's got her own battle between 3rd and 4th place, and even 5th place, as Phonemaker's actually cleaned up a lot of ground. And he's also got 4th place and 3rd place in his eyesight. Laps are starting to dwindle right on down. It's going to be interesting because the front runners, they are on soft compound tires and they do have to do a mandatory tire change. And when they do this mandatory tire change, it'll be cold tires. And the way how corner 1 is, corner 2, I'm sorry, is the way how they come out of the pits. The first corner will be considered corner 2. It's going to be pretty sketchy because obviously the tires are going to be very cold. So it's going to be pretty interesting as AMS Rancher, he chose to actually pit before Bazooka 84. So he's going to make that tire change. He's done 12 laps. So that would allow Bazooka 84 to 13 laps on them soft compound tires. But the racing mediums here, it's actually not too much of a difference between the mediums, depending because of the weight of the car. So the lap times might actually be pretty similar. But now as AMS Rancher, he's come out. He's actually claimed a 2-second penalty. I'm not too sure where that's come from. I'm pretty sure he'll be able to eat that between these next couple laps. With the rules and regulations, you can't overtake the driver in front of you with a penalty. So hopefully, if Bazooka 84 actually decides to pit this lap, hopefully Wrench will be able to try and eliminate that 2-second penalty a certain way, so it doesn't affect him too much, to where if Bazooka 84 decides to pit, it doesn't really make things any worse than what it is because of the 2-second penalty. But he still has a very comfortable lead over Fountain Maker. As Fountain Maker sitting in 3rd place and Leon sitting in 4th place. Drew's in 5th place. Not too sure what happened to Brienne, but she's out there still doing her thing, sitting in 6th place. WalktallRacing sitting in 7th. H2O Pro Sports in 8th. Donkey in 9th. I'm not too sure. I think Donkey might have came out. But Bazooka 84, he decided to stay out for another lap. But those tires are really going to start really dwindling right off for Bazooka 84. But we don't know until we start seeing these sections. He's starting to get himself ready for his 2nd section of his 14th lap on the racing softs. It's not too far off. He can actually pretty much keep pushing them tires. His lap times hasn't fell off too much. Gotten a little bit of that time off for that penalty, as he's still sitting on that 1.9 out of that 2-second penalty. That's Bazooka 84. Still pushing. Gonna take another lap on them soft compound tires. Lap time was 0.669 off his personal best, which was a 201.643, which is still a firecracker lap, especially for tires with that type of wear. With a purple section though, for the first section, 0.145 of a second faster in that section. AMS Wrench is sitting in 2nd place as he's trying his best to keep some of that ground, as he's got a purple section as well on the medium compound tires. And even Leon with a purple section. Corner 1, after corner 1, my apologies. The gap between 1st place and 2nd place staying pretty much the same, or if not, is actually starting to broaden a little bit. There's Bazooka 84, as he's still on them soft compound tires, but he still does have to do a compound change. There's AMS Wrencher by time Bazooka comes out. He'll be on fresher tires, but they'll be cold tires. And Wrench's tires will be pretty much just starting to get some heat in them. And the biggest problem is for AMS Wrencher, because of the way how the rules and regulations are, you can't overtake under penalty. It's going to be a little bit of an issue, as Bazooka 84 has actually made himself into the pits. He'll be making his way out, I'm pretty sure, shortly. As AMS Rancher was able to not overtake him, but he's still behind him, but he still has that 1.9 second penalty, so even if he catches Bazooka, he's got to try to eat that penalty up as much as possible. So hopefully once he gets us up in that draft, as he's already hot and got that feel of that racing medium tire, so that should allow him to catch up to Bazooka 84. He'll still be in a position where, like I said, he has to eat that penalty up before he can even overtake him, and he's only got four laps left to go. But the pressure now really is on Bazooka 84, because he knows full well that AMS Rancher is a very fast driver. So he knows he's got his hands full. Gap between first and second place, 3 seconds and counting. AMS Rancher is still trying to work on that penalty. 1.8 seconds left on that penalty. Still a reasonably comfortable lead though between first and second place. As Bazooka 84's got 2.8 seconds and some change over AMS Rancher, who still has the 1.8 second penalty. So he hasn't had a chance to really ease it up too much, as he wants to get a little bit closer. Rancher as well. He's got a 19-second gap over third place, so it's either first or second place. But the way how things are going right now, we getting a little sketchy right there as he a little bit of the snake in the grass there with the edge of them tires. Looks like H-Show Pro Sports, he's pulled the plug. Bazooka 84 starting to get a little bit more of a comfortable lead now over Rancher. This is growing up to 3.2 seconds, and AMS Rancher still with a 1.8 second penalty. And third place, Leon 24, representing ORG as he makes his way down that far back straightaway. Drew 84 in fourth place, Brienne in fifth, Fountain Maker sitting in sixth place, Walktall in seventh, ANC Racing sitting in eighth place with a 0.4 penalty. These laps are starting to dwindle down. We're starting to get ourselves underway on the 18th lap. And 1.8 seconds. So penalty wise, Rancher still has to try to eat up. Gap getting even more broader now, 3.6 seconds. And the penalty, like I said, for Wrench is still at 1.8. Gap between second and third place is pretty far. Drew 84, he's got about 4.6, 4.7 seconds to try to catch up these next 2.5 laps to try and gain on Leon to try and get a podium. Brienne, she's sitting about 10 seconds off of Drew. Fountain Maker, 5 seconds on Brienne. 13 seconds Walktall to Fountain Maker. And ANC Racing, about 43 seconds off of Walktall. And that gap between first and second place is getting even broader, even more now. It's, I think Bazooka 84 has got himself very content and very complacent in his spot. One thing about racing, you never know until the checker flag is dropped, so you don't want to count no eggs until they're hatched. Bazooka actually threw down our fastest lap on the racing mediums of 2 minutes, 0.841 seconds. As he's starting to get up on lap traffic, and hopefully this doesn't cause issues for Bazooka 84, because the lap traffic, if it slows him up, all that's going to allow is AMS Rancher to claim up some space, especially during these sections right here. So even though he's very fast, very steady, he's kind of getting held up there, and hopefully the same doesn't happen for AMS Rancher, as Rancher's going to be start making his way slowly up onto the lap driver of ANC Racing. Try and shoot herself up on the inside. Hopefully ANC Racing doesn't knock him off the track. He was able to give me enough space. 4.1 seconds between first and second place is Bazooka 84. As he's really going to push the limits. He got held up 1.4 seconds because ANC Racing, but that also happened as well to AMS Rancher, and we're down pretty much onto the final lap, and actually sitting in a purple lap on the last lap for Bazooka 84 on these medium compound tires. Pretty low on fuel, but hope he doesn't run out. He's very, very low on fuel. Hopefully that doesn't bite him in the tail. Hopefully he should have enough to make it to the finish line. So fingers crossed for that. I need to start short shifting it. Is still not too far behind, but even if Bazooka 84 actually runs out of fuel, AMS Rancher will still have to eat up that 1.8 second penalty. Get very interesting, but it's pretty much down to the last section right now. 2 more corners left for the Bazooka 84. He's pretty much got this one wrapped up in the bag. He's got more than enough time as he makes his way around the very last corner to take first place overall. Bazooka 84 pushing it very hard with AMS Rancher second place. Very great race between first and second place. As Leon 24 starts making his way down the last couple sections. As ANC Racing is obviously a lap down. So watch Leon make his way around these last couple sections. 3 more corners left for him. I think that was pretty much it. As there was no extra time for the rest of the drivers. First place to Bazooka 84. So congratulations to Bazooka 84. You had AMS Rancher taking second place overall, and A Leon 24 taking third place overall. Once again, thank you very much to everybody that watched, or that does watch in the future. And that was the WalktallRacing Bathurst 125 race. Thank you very much to everybody that came and to be a part of the race event.